Most of us are conditioned to believe that survival requires armor. We're taught that to handle a crisis, we must build cynical defenses, internalize our stress, and harden our hearts against external impact. But rigid structures are brittle. They break under prolonged pressure. Genuine endurance requires remaining soft, fluid, and receptive enough to absorb shocks without shattering. This concept of softness is the basis of high emotional intelligence. It is the active choice to remain vulnerable and growth-oriented, even when your environment is pushing you to shut down. However, your biology often works against this choice. When your brain detects a threat or a reminder of trauma, it triggers a fight-or-flight response that bypasses your rational mind and physically tightens your body. Because this reaction is biological, you cannot simply think your way out of it. Logic is useless when your nervous system has already decided that you are in a state of survival. To maintain the softness required for emotional intelligence, you must use a physical intervention. You have to manually override that biological panic to reclaim your capacity for empathy and reason. One of the most effective tools for this manual override is box breathing, a clinically proven method for resetting the autonomic nervous system. Step 1. The controlled inhale. Draw air steadily through your nose for a count of 4. Pull the air deep into your diaphragm, letting your belly expand. Step 2. The sustained hold. Keep that breath in your lungs for 4 counts, without adding physical tension. This pause is a moment of total stillness. It allows oxygen to enter the bloodstream more efficiently, which helps stabilize your heart's physical rhythm. Step 3 is the controlled exhale. Release the air slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 4. Actively drop your shoulders and unclench your jaw. You manually trigger your body's relaxation response by mimicking how it behaves when safe. Step 4 is the empty rest. Hold your lungs completely empty for a final count of 4. This final stage is often the most difficult because it requires you to remain calm in the absence of breath, training your brain to stay grounded even when you feel empty or unsupported. These 4 equal steps create a rhythmic anchor. By focusing on the rigid symmetry of the breath, you systematically dismantle the chaos of your body's stress response. You should feel a measurable drop in your heart rate and a shift away from the urgency of panic. AI can give you definitions of resilience, but it cannot simulate the physical work of reclaiming your own nervous system. Choosing to soften your body in a world that demands you stay hardened is an act of defiance.